What is up, guys? Welcome to another Forex stream. This one is going to be the giveaway. I can see a bunch of people are excited already. We've got quite a few people already in the giveaway, which is amazing. So if you're not entered already, please get entering. You guys will be able to find it, so I've actually just included this really quick. This is where you'll be able to find the giveaway inside the Discord. So you just join the Discord, go to the giveaway, click in there, and you can join the bronze, silver, and there is a gold one just below that as well. So you'll be able to enter all three. You'll have 3 times the chance to win 300,000, which is great. Okay, because that's what we want to. That's what we want to get. No sound. Can you guys hear me alright? Let me know if you guys can hear me, and we can begin some analysis, and then we'll get right into this giveaway. So I'm back. Perfect. So this is a bit of a different one, right? Because a lot of you guys are, some of you guys anyway will be in the free group, but for all the pro members, they would have recognized that I was going over some of these potential plays, okay, which is really nice. You can see right down here we had this amazing reaction from this previous day VWAP plus that range point of control, which was an amazing reaction from there. Of course, that was FOMC, just right after FOMC, so it wasn't definitely not my favorite to trade. But when you get those sort of reactions, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great thing to trade. So let me just turn on this light real quick. I'm at work currently, and if my boss sees me, I'm dead. That's funny. Hopefully you win, and then it's worth it, right? But yeah, so you have 3 chances anyway, okay? So hopefully you have all entered into them. So just going back to this level, we were actually inside the pro group earlier. We were talking about just down here, and you could see that we had these 2 ranges. This was inside the London refined session. So if I just turn on those refined sessions, so the London refined is pretty much just showing us where the best volume is, okay, to trade with. And you can see this was just inside here. If I just go in here and hide this key level sweep, okay, so you can see that this was just around this area right over here. What happened was we had a nice little play here, but we fell kind of short from that. If I just scroll down and I'll show you guys, you can see all these imbalances, right? So you could look over here, these imbalances on that first chart. We filled those imbalances, just tapped this one right here, and then started to move up. After that move up, you can see that we started to get some divergences, okay? So it was a little bit more clear on the 1 minute. So that's why I like having the 1 minute, because sometimes it's hard to see. But you can see here, okay, that clearly we were putting in a low. So if I just draw right up, we're putting in a low, but CBD's putting in a lower low, and then we're putting in a higher low, and then CBD's putting in a lower low, okay? That shows us that there was a bunch of absorption there, right? So after getting all this absorption, I was looking for a long from here, okay? So that was a really easy way to look for a long. So we're getting absorption after we have we've tapped this level. We're getting that little bit of absorption. Then what do we see? We see a bunch of buying imbalances, and on top of that, right, this is my favorite entry, is we're entering from this POC right here on that 3 minute candle. So that is why I like looking at those sort of things, because then you just build a setup and you're starting to build these levels. So that's why I like that certain entry, okay? You're getting that absorption, and then you're getting the nice entry criteria. So that was that play earlier inside the group, and you can see here that there was no other take profit levels except for that range point of control right around here. So that was your first and only take profit. You could have put your stop loss to break even and held that, and that would have been an amazing trade. You're entering right around here, and you're looking at that much points in that trade. So yeah, it's still complicated for me. Always trade a price action for a value gap. Sometimes I can't see in the order flow chart which way to go. I still have to learn a lot. Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. You know, whenever I first got into trading, I was pretty much the exact same way. I would have traded literally just one chart like this with the candlesticks, and then you know, not even anything, just plain blank chart, something like this, and you know, you're trading like you know, certain patterns like the fair value gaps and stuff like that. But then as you learn a little bit more, you'll be able to start picking up some really nice trades. So if I just turn on this stuff again, right? I'm pretty sure I've went over this a couple times in like some short form stuff and in the course pro, but the way I look at things is, let's say for example, okay, because right around here, I'm pretty sure this is a fair value gap if I'm not mistaken, right? So a lot of you guys could have been looking at something like this, right? But the best way to confirm this, right, is looking at, you don't really need these bottom three charts if you're trading those sort of levels. All you would need is just three charts really, right? You got your entry chart where this is your main chart, then you've got this over here which spots imbalances, right? You know, I can really quickly just tell you what an imbalance is. An imbalance is just the difference. So you can see here a 400% difference between buyers or sellers, right? So if I just zoom into this chart real quick, I can show you guys that if I just turn on buy and sell and I turn on the cluster, you can see right here there was 0 sellers, 13 buyers, 0 sellers, 13, 0, 15, right? And that's a clear 400% difference between those, okay? So instead of calculating that all yourself, what you can do is just turn on this highlighting and stack levels, and then that'll show me instantly where those imbalances are, right? So when I see 400% more buyers stepping in, to me that's sending in those, you know, it's turning me in and saying, wow, this could potentially be a good trade. You know, when you're starting to see a bunch of buyers stepping in, you're seeing your level hold, and you know, you're seeing absorption. So absorption might be a little bit harder to spot, but the easiest way I find for a lot of traders, especially new traders, is just looking at this right over here. So CVD just stands for cumulative volume delta. And when you're going down, so when cumulative volume delta is trying to push down, that means there's a bunch of sellers stepping in, right? And the sellers are pushing price down like a lot, right? They're trying their hardest, but there's someone sat there with a limit buy order. Okay, so someone is sat there with a limit buy order trying to buy price up. Sellers are selling into that limit buy order, but they're not getting anywhere. And the easiest way to spot that is something like this, right? So what I'm doing right here is I'm looking at, okay, is there sellers stepping in? Yes, they are. Are they getting rewarded? No, they're not. So if sellers aren't getting rewarded and they're stepping in, that means there's more than likely someone sat there with a, you know, a buy limit order. Okay, and those buy limit orders clearly held up price. You can see here that there was a bigger hand to play, and then we got that really clean move up. Yeah, same here, but we will get there one day. Yeah, you know, a lot of traders do struggle with the order flow kind of side of things, but once you get there, it's impossible to trade any other way. Like, you guys will really like it, especially the order flow side of things. Because as time goes on, you know, it would be very hard for me to trade the chart just blank, because then you know, how would I have been able to take this with confidence? You know, order flow adds that extra bit of confidence, especially in your trading. You know, so you get that extra bit of confidence, and you're like, okay, I'm very confident in taking this trade. Why? Because there's a bunch of buyers that, not just me, but a bunch of other people are trying to buy as well. Which, you know, I have the saying that if no one's looking at your level, if no one's looking at your trade, that's actually worse, right? Because if a lot of people are looking at your trade, people could say that all the time. They'll say, oh, if so many people look at this trade, it'll just get swept through or whatever, right? And, you know, if no one's looking at your trade, that means you're the only person trading that, which is super not good, right? You want is, you know, what this chart here, right? This is another saying I have. This chart here is called a footprint chart. And your main goal here to use this is to follow the footprints of the bigger trader, literally like a footprint. You're following the footprint of the bigger traders, and you know, that's just the easiest way for me to explain it. That's why I use it. I literally follow the footprints of the bigger traders. You know, so that's really cool. I think absorption can be quite beneficial for me. I currently trade London session and wait for 1 minute liquidity sweep of Asia and an IFG will break a structure. I think this, yeah, definitely. So if you're waiting on that, right? So, you know, let's just say a break of structure, right? So right here you got, let's just say for example, if you're looking at this sort of way, if you're looking at a break of structure like this, so if you're looking at like a break of structure, so we got right over here, you know, we're waiting on that break of structure, we closed above, right? And we could have easily went all the way down from here, right? I see that time and time again where we'll go like this and we'll come all the way down. How can I spot that before it happens? Is just looking at the order flow. So if I'm looking at the order flow and I see a bunch of sellers stepping in and they're actually getting rewarded, well then that would signal to me to not enter that trade. And I would do that 10 out of 10. You know, 10 times I would do that out of 10. But whenever you see something like this, right, you got that break of structure, you're seeing some closes above, you know, in that sort of terms, that's when I would look at like, okay, this could potentially be a good trade. And then you're starting to see absorption, you know, all that cool stuff, right? So that's what I like to do, you know, is really drive home that order flow side of things. You know, I definitely think that, you know, once you kind of learn like the little bits here and there, okay, so once you learn like what imbalances are, how to use them, when you learn what are trap, like right over here, there's a bunch of trap traders, right? Like all these sellers right here are selling right at the bottom, you know, so all these sellers are now trapped, you know, and that would tell me a bunch. I'll watch this live again to understand better. Yeah, that's actually cool. Definitely watch back, you know, until you start understanding. And plus, you could always catch me inside the Discord, so you know, definitely ask a bunch of questions inside there. Are you waiting for candle close and check the candle, or you track it live and see the sellers and buyers coming in? So you know, I don't wait on candle closes. It's not my favorite because, you know, it can be very arbitrary, right? If we can close above here, right? So let me just try to find an example. You know, so like right here, right? You can see that we're closing below. So let's just say this sort of structure, right? We're going lower and lower in price, right? You're seeing a bunch of sellers stepping in, but look what happens as soon as all these sellers step in, right? Like it's super obvious for me, but I suppose a lot of you guys might not be able to see this, right? But before even looking at CVD, I could already tell. Look at this, right? You're seeing CVD go down and down and down, right? But price is going up, okay? And CVD's already breaking these lows. What does that show me? That shows me that there's a bunch of sellers trying to sell and they're not getting anywhere, okay? These sellers are actually losing the battle. And you know, you can spot this just, you know, the way I look at it is you can spot this straight away using the footprint chart, while you can see all these sellers stepping in. This shows absorption, right? I teach this, is that this is a B-shaped profile, and a B-shaped profile with a bunch of sellers at that bottom is showing us that all these sellers are stepping in, they're not getting anywhere, and then we close just here. This would show me, like, you know, this is a reversal 9 times out of 10. You know, especially something, you know, using something like CVD, right? So you're seeing CVD show absorption, you're seeing a bunch of absorption happening here. You know, that's when I would just hop in, right? Like I'm hopping in straight away with that sort of stuff. Where are my entries and where am I getting in? Well, whatever I can find for an entry, right? So, you know, we opened up here, we closed right above here. So a lot of people might look at this candle and be like, oh, I missed the trade, right? But you know, if you just enter off that point of control, you know, that's perfectly valid, right? Your stop loss is kind of high. So what I like to do, right, is if I just scroll all the way down here, let's go all the way down here, right? So this is why I have 3 charts on, is because I'll look at this candle as well. So you can see right here, this is where all those sellers stepped in, right? This is where we're starting to get. How do you check stop loss placement? Yeah, so this is literally right now, this is how I check where I should put my stop. Is you can see over here, right, that this is the value area low. Okay, our entry was right around here at this not this one, sorry, this one right over here, which is that 3-minute candle POC, right? So the 3-minute candle POC is just those black boxes. Okay, you can enter off the delta POC or you can enter off the candle POC. I like entering off the candle volume POC because that shows me where the most volume was. And then you could either put your stop right below this low, which I don't really like doing that, or you could just put your stop right here, right? And the reason I'm putting it here is if we just show you this chart really quick, this here line is the value area high, okay, of this 5 minute candle, right? That's usually my stop loss position, is the value area just outside value or below the low. Okay, so let's say the value area wasn't here, okay? Like let's say the value area was right here and right here. Okay, you would have to put your stop loss here. Let's say the value area was right here and right here. Okay, you would have to put your stop loss here. And let's say the value area was like right here and right here. At that point, I would put my stop below the low. Okay, and that's the way I work it. Okay, and you can see here this was a huge imbalance, right? So a huge imbalance in price. Where's your first TP? More than likely something if we just pull this fixed range, right? And we get this little range right here. So this range right here, that is more than likely where my first TP is going to be, but it just depends on bias, right? Because if my bias was lower for the day, what I would be looking for before I'm even looking at all this sort of stuff is there any imbalances for us to fill? Okay, so you can see right up here, there's a bunch of imbalances for us to fill. Where's this POC? This POC is right here, a bunch of imbalances for us to fill. So like TP1 would have been right here at that first imbalance, and then TP2 would have been up here. And you can see here, this is why I take profit at those imbalances. Because look what happened as soon as we hit those selling imbalances, right? We got this little move down, and that could have scared a lot of people out of the move, you know. So, you know, and this happens, like if I just zoom in over here on this 1 minute, you can see here that those imbalances started to give a decent reversal, right? Like, you know, for scalpers, this is like, you know, a decent reversal. And then you're starting to look at this, right? But what are we seeing here? CBD move up, right? So that's my confidence right there. It's like, okay, I'm seeing CBD move up. What's going on inside the candle? Let's just zoom in and see, right? Even though this is a selling candle, okay, look what's happening inside here. There's still 16 positive delta. So even though this is a selling candle right here, there's actually still more buyers in this candle. So even though there's more buyers in this candle, a lot of people would have been scared. They would have been like, okay, the market's potentially reversing here, and you know, we start to see 16 buyers. 16 buyers are still in this candle, even when we close, right? That, to me, that's signaling straight away that you know, this could potentially move up, right? For that, so that's my potential for like, okay, I'm pretty confident in my TP up here. At that point, I would probably start to trail, right? So once we broke those highs, once I seen like, okay, buyers are definitely still active, which you can see right here, and the buyers were still active, right? And then you start to look, okay, so let's just go around here. When you see you're 119, 505 buyers, right? 15 buyers, and then all of a sudden we start to get some sellers stepping in. Okay, that's starting to be scary, right? When you're starting to see all these sellers stepping in, this is the first time sellers have stepped in this whole entire up move. You know, for me, that's like a dead set giveaway of a take profit. But I like to, you know, use other tools, right? You can also, you know, just for this as an example, you know, pull a full entire range and see about where this full entire range is. Okay, so this is that bell-shaped profile, which is, you know, I love those sort of ranges. So you can start looking at things like that, right? You know, and start building a plan. Okay, as an order flow trader, it doesn't matter if you win or you lose. It just matters like how good you can read the market. Because if you can read the market really well, like just earlier this morning, I had there was a couple traders, and I was looking at the 5 minute candles over here, right? And I was looking at the volume coming in. I was looking at how the volume was coming in. So I think it was right around here, right? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, volume's coming in a wee bit higher. No one's really wanting to sell around here. You know, that's starting to signal to me this could be different, right? And the same with these wicks coming in. They started to tell me all this sort of stuff, right? So it was pretty you know, pretty scary when you're seeing these sort of things and you're in a trade and you're a beginner trader, because you don't really understand yet. But as time goes on, you'll start to look at this and you'll start to get an eye for it, right? You're building up that intuition of things like, okay, I know that this, you know, I've seen this 100 times out of 100 times. This is usually what happens, and that's why I like looking at this sort of order flow stuff. Can I use order flow for indices during 30? Yeah, you can. You know, the thing is, right, like you know, the main way I'm trading this is on futures, since you know, it's data that's coming from one exchange. So, you know, that's the thing of it. On which time frame you draw your volume profiles? I'll draw them on any. So these volume profiles down here are anchored to the week. So I'm just show you 1 period, 1 week, and then these ones are anchored to the daily. So this is every day a new profile prints. Over here I have profiles anchored to my refined sessions. So every time a refined session comes along, it'll do a profile as well. And then up here on these charts, I have the 3 minute, the 1 minute, and the 5 minute over here. And yeah, you'll see down here, I usually mark them like range points of control in the 5 minute. So like right here, it's a clear range. So if I can show you, like if you kind of understand a good bit of market mechanics and stuff, this is a rally, base, drop, and you're just kind of looking at that profile from there. So I would draw them. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't go down to the 1 minute, but anything around the 3, like a clear 3 minute range and upwards is something I would draw, especially for like take profits and stuff. You don't want to end up being caught on the wrong side of the market, How do I learn the strategy from the beginning? You can go to our WAP page and you will be able to watch it there. So I have my full strategy inside that WAP page, which is like I have my A setups, my B setups, and my C setups. So my A setups are going to be like, the best of the best levels, which I could show you guys. I'll show you just one more time since it's really cool. Like right over here, this is my A setup. All these levels are my A setup levels, and what I'm doing is I'm waiting until we tap my level. Once we hit this level, then I'll look for the reaction. Okay, where's the reaction? I'm looking at this overflow, right? I'm looking at where are buyers stepping in, where are sellers stepping in. So once you do that, that's when you can start to really get a good grip on things, right? Because if we turn around and say, for example, hit one of these levels, and I'm seeing like, okay, so let's say this, for example, right? We hit this level and a bunch of sellers are stepping in. To me, that's signaling a lot, right? You can see over here, right? Like we had this naked New York point of control. So can you also swing trade with order charts? No. I don't really like swing trading with it, but you can day trade and take like 1 or 2 trades a day, which is pretty handy. But that's just the easiest way, is to go down to a lower time frame, find the best levels, and then just wait on the reaction, and you could hold the trade. So you can swing trade, but you're still going to have to look at the lower levels and go on the lower time frame and just confirm these sort of trades. Right over here, I have this 4-hour chart, right? So the lowest algo is, or the highest algo is the 4-hour chart. And you can see over here, like the high volume nodes and stuff. Like if I just mark out this high volume node right here. Okay, so the darker shaded area is where the high volume is. And you see here, these high volume nodes usually give a really nice reaction when we hit them. You see, this is a huge high volume node, so I wouldn't really mark that one out, but nonetheless, it actually gave a pretty nice reaction, right? For that upside. But that's the lowest I would go. So it is. I wouldn't go any lower. So yeah. But yeah, guys. I didn't get on Discord. Please show me. So if you just go to the link in the description, fostermans.com. That's my website, and you go there and you just punch in your details and stuff. You'll be able to watch all these videos. So I have like over 40 episodes going over everything from how to use the delta chart, how to spot absorption, exhaustion, how to spot where volume's coming in, finding a daily bias. So that's like the one thing I really like doing, is going on and showing you guys how to find a daily bias, which is key, right? Is once you got a daily bias, so if I just go over here and show you guys, this is like my daily bias builder sheet, and I use that every single day to find a daily bias. I post that inside the Discord. The same with the levels, right? So all these levels get posted inside. But yeah, thanks for giving so much alpha for free. Yeah, no problem. I feel like it's a good thing, right? It's like helping a bunch of traders out. That's cool. How do you draw your levels? I will show you how to draw these levels. As far as these questions for earlier. So the easiest way to draw these is going to be looking at like these key levels. If I would profit, would definitely buy it here. Yeah, the easiest way, right? Like, I say this to everyone. Go in, and I'm pretty sure we have that free Notion journal, right? and look up a couple order flow videos if you're not, this is not something you're really like I said before, you don't really want to buy or anything. Go in, look at all these like key levels and stuff like that. Download all those stats, right? So I could actually, I'll just show you guys real quick. Alright, so this is really cool. If I just go over here, go to statistics, right? You can have a bunch of statistics and then go from here, and let's say, you know, unfinished auctions, right? Or, you know, anything, right? So let's just say trapped longs. So these will be all the setups that come with trapped longs, and then it'll show you like your win rate and so on, okay? You could do your like A, B, and C setups. You know, so this is like the cool thing, right? Is like you record all these statistics, and once you got that, then you can start really working from there. But yes, what was that? I can't remember what I was doing. But yeah, so that's a, you know, that's what my recommendation for you guys would be, to go on, put in a bunch of statistics, and then once you got something that you kind of want to work with, you know, that's how you go from there. So it is, it's really cool. It's a really cool thing to do, you know. Please show me here, where did I get the courses? Go to his WAP. Yeah, literally, it's in the WAP. So literally just fosternews.com, and then that will bring you there. I'm sure fosternews.com. So you can see over here, fosternews.com. Once you go there, it'll bring you straight to the WAP, and you know it. You just whatever which one you want to be in. We have the free version, which I think is just perfect for a lot of you guys. You know, you could read about it and all that good stuff. But once you join in there, you know, you can see the Discord community. Tonight we have those giveaways, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited for. So we will do this giveaway very soon. So make sure you guys enter the giveaway. Again, the easiest way to get into the giveaway is just go over here, type in inside the Discord, click giveaway, and then participate, and that's how you can get inside there. But yeah, so like I said before, I think I was going on how to do these key levels. The easiest way to do these key levels is to find confluence, okay? So that's all I do, is I look at these and try to find confluence within these levels, right? So if I just take all these down, potential plays, hide them, okay? What I'll do, so say for example, these sort of refined sessions, right? You can see here, New York usually gives amazing reactions. Okay, so these are like custom profiles, and these custom profiles will then give usually give amazing reactions. You see here, we had this huge New York naked session or point of control, give an amazing reaction. We got that move up, right? We had an Asia session point of control, give a reaction, that amazing move up, right? You know, even this one right here. We had a New York session, we got that nice little move down. Right over here, we had a little bounce up, but nothing major. Right over here, we broke with high volume. So, you know, wait on this. Over here, we had this New York naked session point of control, and we got a nice reaction from it. So usually, I like New Yorks. They're going to be really good. So yeah, that's, you know, and then what I would do is just go over here, right, and you can see all these key levels. So what you do is, this is like the value area high, the value area low, the value area high, the value area low, right? You would just copy all these levels down. Then what I would do is transfer them over to this chart, and once you have all those key levels, then you start looking for confluence within those. Right? Obviously I go into more detail. You know, it would be like an hour-long episode, but you know, that's pretty much the easiest way to find these sort of key levels. And then, you know, like I said before, you know, adding in finding key levels and all, they are good, right? I'm not going to lie, these key levels are very powerful in themselves, but using them in confluence, right? So the reason I have these levels still in my chart, right, even though these got ran through, so most of you guys probably won't know, but when a level for me gets ran through, what I like to do is wait until we get some form of, let me show you guys. So if I just go right here, like this is in here. What are the XP useful for? Just 1,000 a while before. So you use that XP And once you have like 100,000 XP all together, then you'll be able to. We'll give you a free prop firm account. But another way to use them is it'll actually give you levels up, so you can enter like bronze tier, silver tier, gold tier giveaways, and then you just get XP. So for every time like you put in your analysis or you message into the group or you help other people, that's the main reason I added it. Is, you know, a lot of guys do need help, especially in the beginning of their order flow trading career. So what I do is I reward people with the XP, and then they'll be able to go in and enter more giveaways. So it's like a win-win situation. You help people, and you could potentially win giveaways. So I think that's a cool feature. But you can see over here, right? This is that level, which was from over here, which was the range point of control in the 15, right? We had you know, quite a bit of confidence around here, right? But what happened was we broke with high volume. Okay, so once we broke with high volume, I leave these levels on my chart and wait until the reaction. I think just alone this week we probably had like 3 or 4 levels break with high volume, and then we come back down and retest. And once we retest those high volume levels, we'll be able to easily spot whether it's going to hold or not, simply based on those order flow reactions. So that's why I do that, is I leave those levels on my chart. But let's say okay, so I'll give you like I don't know if that was actually even a good explanation, so sorry. But so like let's say for example we hit a level, right, and we just hover around it like this, and then, you know, we break and we kind of, you know, retest, and, you know, something like this, right? I'll remove that level from my chart because I don't want it anymore. It's not a good reaction. But if we get a really, like this one over here, I left this on my chart because that's actually a perfect example for you guys. Right, so if I just put this in over here, I copy this and I paste this over here, and zoom in. Right, look at this. So this was this previous day VWAP plus that range point control, right? We got a huge, amazing reaction off this. If we just look at this, right, we went 3 ticks below. Okay, we went 3 ticks below this level, and then what happened is we got an amazing reaction from it, right? Look at that for a reaction. We stayed above it the whole entire time, right? If we just look at the points from this, so we had 3 ticks to the downside for like 25 points to the upside. So 3 ticks versus like 250 ticks, which is just insane, right? But look what happened. We broke with high volume. Okay, so I'm leaving this on my chart. Then look what happened again. We broke with high volume again, and look at what happened with this level, right? We break, we retest. Look at this, to the tick. We retested this level, and then again we went up. So you realistically had 2 amazing trades off this, right? So that's why I like having these levels on my chart. Where's your entry? Where's your confirmation? We'll just look at this right here. 16 buyers in this level. This is a sell candle. A lot of people would be like, oh, we're selling off now. But I'm looking at this like, okay, the order flow's kicking in. Let me enter this trade. From here, we're seeing buyers stepping in. We're seeing buyers stepping in. You could easily hop into one of these trades here, you know, trying to get it. But it was super aggressive. This was a super aggressive move up. So you realistically, this level had only 2 opportunities, which was this buy right over here and this buy right over here. But anytime we break a level with high volume, I'll leave it on my chart. You know, a lot of people don't do that, but I found it just works 100 times better if you do. So yeah, that's pretty much how I use this sort of levels. Bit of thunder and lightning. Yo, the GOAT is finally back to YouTube Live. I love the love, man, Samuel. I love it. I know, I need to start doing these lives more and more often, just for you guys as well. Like, it helps a lot of other shooters, and that's why I like doing this. I actually like helping shooters. Do you focus on times sessions? Yes, I do. I focus on just the times, such as kill zones to trade. See, I have my own interpretation of these, and I done an episode on this inside the WAP, but I could just like pretty much run you over really quick. So all these times are my own times that I figured out based on based on volume. Okay, so these are all volume-based times, and that's why they give really good reactions, right? So you can see right here, we got an amazing reaction off the New York times. Okay, down here we got an amazing New York reaction. We broke with high volume, got a little reaction right here, then we ended up going down. You can see over here we got a nice reaction from here. This, another New York time zone. Got an amazing reaction from that. So, all these session levels are based on some times, right? To use FX for volume data, no. So I only for all this, I think that's what you mean for this sort of data. I use futures, right? So you can. This is the cool thing as well when you analyze with futures, right? I think TradingView it's super cheap. Whenever you see a bunch of traders stepping in, so like let's say for example, right, on the futures, when you see a bunch of traders stepping in, it's from one exchange, right? It's coming from CME. But when let's say you use like whatever other data, like Wanda or something, or like whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. If you use CFD data, it's only coming from that brokerage. Okay, so you have to use futures, but the cool thing about that is whenever you have the futures data, you can still enter on like CFDs and stuff. So you can still trade like prop firms like FTMO and whatever. I personally only trade futures prop firms, Apex, right over here. Apex co-frostments for 80% off. But I just trade Apex, and Apex is like really, they're pretty good. If you're a good trader, they're a good prop firm. Bro, do you remember when it was only me and you during that YouTube live? The channel's going fast. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? I love seeing it though, and I love seeing you coming back, bro. That is so cool. Is when you have people coming back and saying, "Oh, this is so cool." So yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a cool badge to the Discord channel, so like you could have like, early supporter badge. So most of you guys will probably all be early supporter badges. So just DM me inside the Discord and I'll add them. But that's super cool, man. That is so cool. It keeps me motivated. But yes, again, like I said before, all these are just sessions that I've created. They're sort of like the kill zones, I suppose, like ICT and stuff like that. But these are just certain session levels. And you can see like within these sessions, we usually get like right here in this closed session. We had an amazing reaction from that closed session, right? So, you do get really nice reactions. Usually, like you can see right here in this London session, we had this New York POC, and it just tapped right in the end of this London session. You can see this one got respected right as we came into the close. So, it's just where mainly, in my opinion, there's traders trading. You know what I mean? Like you'll get like some good moves from here. So that's why I like it. But yeah, you could trade anytime zones really. Like it doesn't really matter. My advice though is like if you're going to start trading like order flow and stuff, you can trade Asia. If you're trading gold, Asia's perfectly fine. To get into the hang of things, to get into the swing. And once you kind of got the swing of like, okay, I'm actually okay at trading order flow, and I'm okay at like spotting where absorption's coming in and so on and so forth. When you're pretty good at that, well then you start going over to London and New York and stuff like that. So pretty crazy thunder and lightning. So hopefully this live doesn't. Could you imagine this live gets cut off? I would be very upset, guys. I would be very upset. But so pretty much this is what's happening inside gold at the moment, which is just ranging around. Again, we're outside of the session. Okay, so wait until we step into the New York refined session. That's when I'll start being looking for some really nice trades happening and stuff like that. Do I use FX open for volume data? No. I use futures. I use CME for volume data. So CME futures. I'm kind of realizing that my webcam's super huge, and you might not be able to see this chart, but it's on the 4 hour, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is just the weekly profile, and I have these levels so these levels are really cool. These automatically get marked out, so it'll show me the weekly high, the weekly low, the previous week low, the previous week high, and the weekly open, which is really nice. And then obviously, like I said before, I use these levels for confluence, so I'll try to find my confluence areas within here. So spotting these key levels and stuff like that within, we're looking at like the volume profiles. If I just go, earlier I showed you guys like how I was looking at this, but I'll just show you guys really quickly again. Something like this, right? You have just very, very local. We have this volume profile, we have this range. You could easily just take something like this, right? You could put your stop loss below the low, and where's your take profit? Take profit's going to be around this range. So you can easily do something like that, right? As a good trade. Really quick, really easy, really simple. But what I like to do is wait until we hit the POC. It just gives a nice little tighter stop loss. And if I go over to this trade, so where are we? Right, so if I just zoom in here, right, like you can see here, there was no selling imbalances, right? There was a buying balance right below here. So there's a bunch of ways where you could put your stop loss. I just put it below here. So that's the reason I like using them so lows. Do you use now for key level suite, or the new one? So I've always used the key level suite. So I could turn it on. It's so messy if I turn this on. But if I just I could turn off session levels. Session levels are just going to show me the initial balance high, the initial balance low, the New York initial balance high, the New York initial balance low, and the opening range. So that's what I have those on for, but I don't use them for potential plays or nothing. And then what I'll do is I'll just look at all these key levels, see what has confluence, and then I'll add it to my trade system. And then of course it has to be volume supported, right? So how can you spot like volume supported levels? One way, so I'll give you a bunch of ways, right? One of the ways to spot whether you should take a trade on volume supported levels is, let's just say for example, like right over here in this footprint chart, this is the volume footprint chart. You can see over here where all the volume's coming in, right? Like visually, if I just sat back like this, right? Visually, straight away, I can see that there's volume coming in around here, right? And that's what I like to see is where's the volume coming in. That's actually funny, okay? Because look at this. See volume coming in, right? And this is the high volume nodes, right? So you're seeing high volume nodes, and look at this, crazy beautiful reaction from these high volume nodes. So that's why I like, have volume supported levels. That's the easiest way to look at this, right? So you have a high volume node, you have the value area low of this. This wasn't printed yet, so it would not have been the value area low, but this high volume node would have been. And then you use that in confluence, right? So, let's just say, for example, like a Fibonacci level. Right? So I have my own custom Fibonacci's. So the Fosman's Fib, right? So it didn't quite link up. Okay, so this wouldn't have been high volume thing, but this is why you do this, right? So okay, there's no high volume node there, it didn't link up, so let's try to find something else, right? You can maybe look at if I just copy this and then go into the over here, right? Oh, look at this. Okay, so we have that high volume node that links up with what? It links up with the New York POC, right? So you have a high volume node that links up with the New York POC. That's when you turn around and you can mark this out. So you can just quit this and you could write something like high volume node plus New York POC, right? And there you go. That's like your key level. That's your key zone. And what are you doing once you hit that? You're waiting on the order flow reaction. It really is that simple. So once you have your your nice zone, you just wait on those order flow reactions and then go from there. All these key levels and stuff. It does take time. It does take time. You probably have to watch like 10 of these live streams and 10 of the videos or whatever to really like start drilling home, like, okay, this is what I need to do here, this is what I need to do there, and then you'll be able to get way better levels. But yeah, no, we didn't come up to it, so kind of just waiting, doing the waiting game. Joe, hey bro. Hey Joe, what's up? Hopefully this live doesn't get cut off. The thunder is crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the thunder is crazy happening. Jesus. What's the giveaway and when's it going down? So the giveaway is for 300k accounts with Apex. Okay, Apex down here. Drop the like. Thank you, bro, for dropping the like. Definitely drop a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. But you could easiest way to enter. Okay, is you just go over here. So it's an automatic draw. I'm just gonna go over it live for you guys. Easiest way to enter is just go into the Discord giveaways and click participate, and that's the easiest way to enter. All you guys will be able to enter the bronze giveaway. If you have, if you're level 10, you'll be able to enter silver, and then if you're level like 20 or 30, you'll be able to enter the gold. But all you guys that join, you'll be able to enter the bronze. So no matter what, you will definitely win 300k if you enter this. Not definitely, I don't know if you'll win, but someone will. So, you know, and there's not a lot of people in these giveaways. Which is kind of cool because the odds are lower, and you know you have a really good chance of winning 300k. But if anyone double wins, I'm going to re-roll though. Okay, so let's say someone wins twice, I'm going to re-roll, and then all I will do is just send you the code, and all I ask is after I send you the code, talk inside the Discord and say I'm the guy that won the giveaway. I really appreciate it, or whatever. Right? Post it on your socials and tag us, and that'll be perfect. Tag Apex and tag me, and that'll be perfect. Yeah, guys, if you have any more questions or you guys want any more info on the order flow side of things, just text me and let me know. I can start helping you guys out. But yeah, I'm kind of just waiting until we start hitting these you know, some of these key levels, and then I can kind of go over like what my thought process is in between here. We do have a giveaway. Let me just double check what time this giveaway is up. Inside the Discord. So the first giveaway is in the next 30 minutes. So all you guys will be able to win within the next 30 minutes. So the way we're doing this is gold, then silver, then bronze. So we'll find out who's going to win, and then reward them with the 300k accounts. Again, like I said before, all you have to do is just drop a like, subscribe, text inside the Discord if you win, and there you go. But yeah, so if we kind of just go around here and see. Right, so look at this. This is a really crazy move down. So this is realistically the last line of defense, right? So you look right over here. This high volume node, right, paired with this imbalance, that's the last line of defense. If buyers don't step in there, I don't expect them to step in for a wee while. Look how many sellers are stepping in. 107, 109. There's a lot of sellers stepping in right here. So let's see what happens. Sellers are stepping in like crazy. Some buyers are stepping in, but not a lot. Let's wait and let's see. So we definitely have some buyers stepping in. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. Let's see. But by the way, how are you dealing with this messed up September price action? I know it is. It's been really not the best. So it is a bit annoying, but you know, it's all good. So in the next 1 hour, we have U.S. unemployment claims. But yeah, it has not been the best price action. Not a lot of buyers stepping in, guys. So I don't know about that play. That was literally the last line of defense before we come down to this level, in my opinion. So let's just wait and see if this breaks. I'm pretty confident. Yeah. So we just broke that level, just by a tick, but let's see if the sellers can continue on. But yeah, the price action has not been the best to trade. It's been quite hard, right? It's definitely not my prime price action to trade. But it's the adaptations, right? Like if you constantly try to trade it and you just adapt to these sort of conditions, then you know, especially in trading, you have to be like liquid, right? You have to be very liquid and just you know, kind of go with what the markets are saying, and you know, trade in that sort of way. Yeah, there's the break of that low. Let's see if we get like a huge surge down. How many points are we away? We're not far at all. 1.3 points. We're not far at all from that key level. So let's see what happens. A lot of volume stepping down at these lows. New 5-minute open in 2.5 minutes. But yes, guys, make sure you're all entered inside the giveaway. Yeah, there's the break. Look at all them selling balances, by the way. Just straight away got filled. Wow. We're buying the balances right here at this level. Yeah, so pretty much, right, the way I'm kind of looking at this is going to be the reason I have these charts on. So I'll have these 6 charts, right? The first 3 are going to be for, I think I actually posted a YouTube video about this, right? But the first 3 of these levels, these charts, these are going to be for executing. Okay, so I'm looking at the imbalances on this chart. I'm looking at the 5-minute high volume nodes. I'm looking at the value area. I'm looking at a bunch of things over here where the volume is coming in and so on. And then over here on my main middle chart, this chart right here, I'm looking at whether buyers or sellers are stepping in, what's happening, so on and so forth. So we just hit that buying imbalance, very close to that level. You can see right here. So let's see what happens around this level. We have a pretty huge range right here. So, you know, that's pretty nice range to trade. So, yeah, so that's pretty much the way I'm looking at things, right? It's like the reason I have these 3 charts is literally for execution. Then these last 3, these bottom 3 charts, they're going to be for my bias, finding potential plays, and so on. So that's cool out using that sort of way of things. Let's see what's going on. So let's see. Yeah, so it looks like that was a beautiful reaction from that buying imbalance. And then we hit, there we go, we just tapped that to the tick. So let's see. Let's see. September's been good. Bro, what you mean? Like, yeah, so you know, that's the whole thing, right? That's why I like adapting to these sort of conditions, because all of them are different, right? So there's a cool website where you can check things out. Here's some more free offer for you guys. So let's type this in real quick. Let me show you guys real quick. So let me see. So we just click on one of these, right? You see volatility. You got it. Right? You go volatility per month, right? So September. Let's go last 3 years. Okay. September on average is so you can see here. March, April, May has a lot of volatility. October, November has above average volatility. September is just below that average. So if most traders are used to trading March, April, May, maybe towards the end of the year as well, then they're going to find it a lot different than traders that traded June, July, and August, right? So that's why I like looking at these sort of things. Is you can start to get a really good idea of how to trade it, right? And you can just use that as like statistics. Yeah, it looks like we smashed through that level. That's crazy. So again, we got super duper close to here, and just broke right through. Previous day value area. Previous day value area low is right here. Range point control right over here. But we just missed it. We literally just missed that level. But we hit this buying imbalance right down here. So this buying imbalance was super duper nice. You can see from this buying imbalance, then got that really nice reaction just right up. Your first TP would have been right here. So, you know, if you took that for a play, you know, you can see if we just zoom in on this chart, right? Bunch of sellers coming in, sellers, and the buyers step in, right? But you know, it's not my favorite setup. We just hit this. Hit that to the tick. So I see what's happening around here. But yeah, so you know, like I said before, the way I'm kind of looking at this, guys, is going to be waiting until we hit one of these levels, looking at the order flow. Okay, always watching the order flow of these things. You know, look, see over here, 5 minute POC. You know, this 3 minute POC. Okay, so let's see what happens from this 3 minute POC. You see, it's just a lot more pronounced, right? Like if you just look at like the chart like this, right? The first thing you notice is like, look at this POC, look at this one, look at this one, look at this one, look at all of them, look at all these POCs, right? And then you look at this one, look at this outlier right here. You know, if you just mark that as simple as this, you know, we literally hit it to the tick. So, you know, watching these, we're going to probably fill these buying imbalances. We just hit it there now. So let's see what's happening from here. This is where a lot of buyers were. Okay, so if you guys understand, this is a buying imbalance. You know, if I go over it again, buying imbalance is 400%. I done a YouTube video on this, so you guys can probably watch the YouTube video. But why I use these charts below, we just hit the buying imbalances. Let's see what happens. You know, our buyers going to step in again. Are the sellers going to overpower? These are all the sort of questions I'm asking myself as this is happening. Okay, this giveaway will be very, very soon, and I will hopefully the giveaway winner is active inside the Discord or active inside this live, and then we can go in. But for you guys, again, what does this look like? You literally just go over here, giveaway, participate, and boom. If you win, post in the testimonial wall that you won, post inside the group, and let me know. But it'll come up your username, so I'll just all you have to do is just open up a ticket, and I'll send you over the code, and all you have to do is just enter that on the Apex website, and you'll get the 300k. And so we completely filled this buying imbalance. Let's see what happens. Bit of selling balances down here at the bottom. Bunch of selling balances actually. Yeah, those are sellers. Yeah. See, when you see a bunch of selling imbalances like that, it's pretty crazy. So let's see what happens from here. 23 negative delta. Let's see what happens. Again, you know, you're monitoring, when you have like a setup like this, you're monitoring every single aspect. It's like, you know, I seen a funny meme the other day. It was a meme on, you know, it was like a, what do you call them? Like a plane. Like one of those like fighter jets. That's what it's like. That's what it feels like. It's like one of those big fighter jets. And you know, you have to monitor everything, like, you know, what's the altitude, what's this, what's that, you know. And that's what it feels like sometimes. But as you get the hang of it, like, you know, you imagine, right? Like, you imagine going into like the cockpit of like a pilot's thing, and you're not a pilot. This would be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I don't even know how to turn on the engine. But, you know, as you start learning and going forward, then these things just become second nature. Just looking at them and being like, okay, there's selling imbalances coming in. There's negative delta. Right, let's see what's going to happen. Right, like, let's see if, you know, this is something that you want to trade. Okay. This is no man's land. Like, no one is buying or selling right over here. Like, there would be no point for me. You know what I mean? There's people buying and selling all the time, but for me, there's no point of buying or selling right here, because where's your stop loss? Where's your take profit? You know, if you don't have all these set levels, then this is just does not mean anything. You know, realistically, the only, you know, level realistically is going to be right here. You know, and that's going to go with, why is this here? Well, you got this POC, right? So remember, guys, what was I talking about earlier? We're talking about having a nice confluence area. So we have this level, plus we have this high volume node right here. Okay, and if I just cover this over, right? We have the high volume node, we have this level. You know, it just makes sense, right? In doing that sort of way. But that's if you took those longs from here. Right, you can see here, that was a beautiful reaction off that imbalance, right? That was like the last resort. Remember I was saying to you guys, the last resort is going to be right here, and that's going to be at this level, just right here. You know, and that's before we got that big move. So, you know, using that sort of price action, looking at the order flow, seeing what's happening, right? You're literally, like I said before, you're watching the footprint of these traders. These are all traders, and you're watching that footprint of each of these traders and what are they doing, what they're not doing. Are they being aggressive? Are they being passive? You're seeing, is there any absorption? All these sort of things, right? And you can see here, right, just to show you guys, this is an absorption. This is called exhaustion, right? When price is going down and CBD is going up, this is exhaustion, right? This shows us that these buyers are being exhausted, really. So that's how you would look at that. I don't trade that though. I only trade absorption because it's more powerful for me. But you could easily trade this, right? I'm not saying don't trade it. I'm just saying. So there's a lot of things you can do within here, and there could be a lot of noise. Believe it or not, there's guys that have way more noise on their charts than I do. It seems like a lot of noise, but it's the easiest way. Like, you imagine if I turned on like stack levels here. So let's just say like stack levels here. I also had all my key levels on this chart. I then had you know, just everything on one chart. That would be insane. Right? Like, to me, that's insane. You would just get so lost in the sauce, really. So looking at it like this, you know, easily I could spot where delta is. You know, where buyers stepping in, where sellers stepping in. Is there any absorption, so on. Like right over here. I'm going to show you guys. Right, clearly moving up. Okay, and clearly price moving down. So that's like these. You could have took these sells, right? But this is the only area that I would have been really confident in taking a short from, was right here, but we didn't even hit it, you know. But you could have been taking little scalps within here. So like, if you're looking for like these little tiny scalps and stuff, you know, you could have been probably scalping maybe something like this. Yeah. You know, so you're looking at something like this, and then maybe, you know, something like this. You know, so this is like a scalper's dream, right? You're getting in on the tick, right? You're profiting here. Where's your next TP? You know, you could be looking at something like this. You're getting in here. Your stop loss is here. and your TP is going to be pretty much the same level, you know. Them sort of scalper streams, right? I don't personally like trading like that. I like trading where I've got a decent sort of level and I wait on that, you know, nice reaction from it. That's why I've refined mine to just potential plays. You know, those A setups, B setups, and C setups keeps me on the right side of the market. I'm sure a lot of you guys will probably agree. Like, once you have something that you really like and you really trade, then you're pretty much fine from there. But yeah, I've been trading for quite a while. This first giveaway is in the next 10 minutes, guys. Next 10 minutes. So make sure you all are liked, subscribed, you shared this around, and try to get as many people into this live as possible. I'm sure you guys probably don't want anyone else to enter. You want the best odds for yourself. So it's understandable. It's understandable. But yeah, let's try to see what's going on here. Yep, so the first giveaway now is in literally 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. So get ready, because one of you guys will probably be winning the 300k. Then we got 2 more giveaways after that, so stay in the live. Stay tuned for this. If you entered, put W in the chat, I suppose. So if you entered the giveaway, put a W in the chat. And let's see some of you guys hopefully winning this giveaway. That would be great. That would be unreal for you guys. So let's see if we can get some of these key levels hit as well while we're in this live, just for some free alpha, I suppose. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. Okay. I have to leave soon because of my son. Do we have to be in the live? No, you don't have to be in the live, man. It's okay. It's understandable. But if you do win, just text me inside the Discord and I will help you get sorted out. Fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed. 200k would be nice, you know. Again, you know, if you make 10%, let's even just say a conservative 1%. If you make only 1% on that funded account, you're looking at 3,000. You know, that's an amazing opportunity for a lot of you guys. So let's just see what we can get from here. You know, fingers crossed, man. I hope you win. But yeah, we have 3 giveaways anyway, so even if no one wins this first giveaway in 10 minutes, which will be happening, then we could always do the second giveaway, and the third giveaway will be very soon. Life changing opportunity, yeah, it is. It really is. Whenever you have these sort of you know, these really nice giveaways, and you pair that, right? So you pair that sort of opportunity with, can anyone participate in the bronze? Yes, anyone can. Anyone that's signed up through our WAP page, you'll automatically get the role for bronze giveaway level. And then once you are in the bronze giveaway level, that's it. But you have to sign in through WAP. But if you don't sign up through WAP, you won't have the bronze giveaway level. I don't think you'll have any role. You might just have the Fosterman's role. But you have to sign in through WAP, and then once you do that, which is free, by the way, it's not paid. And then once you do that, you'll be able to enter the bronze giveaway. So I hope you guys win. Seen a bunch of W's in the chat. That's perfect. So there's a lot of opportunity here for you guys. But yeah, it's not long to go now. So my time, it'll be 7 o'clock once the giveaway is done, and then we'll do the silver giveaway and then the bronze giveaway. So the last giveaway will be the bronze giveaway. The first one is going to be the gold. So we got 3 giveaways. We're giving away $900,000 in funding. So that'll be great. Yeah, we're guaranteed 3 winners tonight. And then, guys, if you don't win, that's fine, because we do one of these giveaways every single month. So every single month. So this is September's giveaway. Then we have another giveaway planned for October, which will be, in my opinion, it could even be bigger than this one. It could even be bigger. So, stay tuned for that. It looks like we will have unemployment claims coming out around the same time as the giveaway, which is kind of cool. But take it slow. Take the giveaway really. Take the account slow. If any of you guys win, take it very slow, and use that opportunity to go in and try to really advance your trading career. Don't use it as like, oh, I'm just going to blow this account and try to get a 30k payout and all this stuff. Don't do it. Okay, use it as an opportunity, right? By the end of the year, so September, by the end of the year, you might actually have a really good chance of being a successful trader, right? Especially if you already know the ropes. Please, I need to give away. I'm an old member. Nice one. I like to hear that old members are still around. It's perfect. Make sure you've entered. I'm going to show you guys just really quickly. If you haven't already, this is how you enter. You just go to the giveaway, participate, and that's as simple as that. Once you've participated, it'll randomly draw, and then it'll tag you in the giveaway, and it'll say whether you've won or not. Bro, but what about guys like us who can't have Apex account because I live in a restricted country by Apex? So yeah, that's kind of tough. That is kind of tough. So if you do live in a restricted country, just message me. So if you win and you live in a restricted country, just message me, and I could be the mediator. So I'll talk to the Apex team and I'll say to them, what can we do about this and so on, and we'll see what we can do. But I'm sure we'll be able to work something out anyway. So don't be worrying. If you're from a restricted country, we should be able to work something out. But I really hope one of you guys win. Because there is some people just join randomly to get inside the Discord, hopefully to win. But we have a giveaway every single month. So no matter what, you will be able to enter another bronze, silver, and gold giveaway next month. This giveaway is in 7 minutes, guys. So we're still waiting on this level. You can see here that we just missed it. How many ticks did we just miss it by? 3 ticks. 3 ticks we missed this level by. And then we came back up. Where did we hit? We tapped this first, or no, we didn't tap that first. We tapped this level first, and then we went up and tapped that. So that would have been like TP1 and TP2. Where did we reject from? Right over here. So we supported price from here, and yeah. So that was the first sort of trade. Realistically, we missed that level by 3 ticks, which is not the best. But let's see, we've literally been ranging around. This has been crazy. So I've been live for 1 hour and a half, right? And look how long we have been ranging around for. 1 hour and a half. So we have literally been ranging around this whole entire time. It's great. That's why I like trading my refined sessions, because we don't usually range around in those refined sessions, especially not tight ranges like this. But I could show you guys really quick. I have a nice strategy for this. So we're just going to have a strategy. So the first giveaway is in 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. But you can see here, these sort of levels are really nice. You just buy here, take profit here, sell here, take profit here. So I also have that as a setup, which I think I might have went over inside the YouTube channel. So let's see if we can get some winners in here. And then a member of staff will be able to sort this out. Just open up a ticket straight away. So you have a really good chance of winning this giveaway, which is really nice. So make sure you guys have entered inside the Discord. Okay. We have 4 minutes left. We're still ranging around here. Again, looking at these key levels, we only have this one that's really close by. We missed it by 3 ticks, which isn't my favorite play. You know, when we kind of get a movement up from a level, especially within that tight 3 tick, 2 tick, 5 tick range, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I like coming down to a level like something like this, right? So we have a level here. Once we come up, so let's say we have a level here, we come up and we kind of tap it like this and then go around. I like that. If we come like this, maybe like pierce through it and then get a move up, that's nice as well. But whenever you have something like this and you just miss it, you know, I nearly call that a top level, you know, so kind of just that's my way of looking at it. So we have 3 minutes until a new 1 hour candle open. So we'll see how this R opens as well. I'm sure we'll get some volatility from here. And it'll be the open of my refined session, okay, for the New York. So I'm expecting some form of volatility happening. So we'll see what sort of reactions we can get, if any. So that's the whole thing, is I don't mind setting, you know, let's say there's a level like right here, right? That doesn't really bother me, because this is only one piece of the puzzle, okay? Once we come up and hit a level, are we getting a reaction? Are we getting a rejection? Are sellers stepping in? Are buyers stepping in? Are buyers getting rewarded? Are sellers getting rewarded? These are all the questions I would ask myself whenever we hit a level. If all the questions I ask myself are leading to like an answer that I don't like, well then I'll just not enter that trade, right? I'll skip it. You know, it's not a sort of trading style where it's like, okay, I have to enter off every single level. I don't like that. You know, I like entering off levels that it's like, okay, these levels are supporting price, this is nice. So we got 50 seconds, guys, 50 seconds until we got the first winner of the giveaway. We got 2 more after this. Okay, so we got 2 more giveaways after this, so you don't have to really worry about anything. But yes, you know, drop a comment what kind of videos you would want to see on the YouTube channel, because I would love to help you guys with some form of alpha, with some form of trading advice, whatever you guys have or need within trading. But let's just see what's going to happen here. Okay, so we have another 15 seconds until we got a winner here. Okay, so let's see what we're working with. So 15 seconds, guys, until we got a winner. First I have to win the giveaway and then I need live entries. Okay, so the winner should be announced any second here. This is for the gold giveaway. So the results, we got our first winner. Okay, that's perfect. The winner of this giveaway is tagged above, so that's perfect. We got 1 winner. You guys can go check him out inside the Discord. He won the gold giveaway for 300k. Congratulations. So, you know, if you're in the live, message inside the live. I would love to see. We got 2 more left anyway. So we got the silver and then we got the bronze. Most of you guys are probably in the bronze giveaway if you haven't entered the gold. But we have the silver and the bronze left, and the bronze is for 300k prop firm challenge. We got the silver's for 300k prop firm, and then the gold is for the 300k prop firm. So if you're watching this right now and you have won the gold giveaway, please message inside the chat. We got 2 more giveaways, silver, bronze. The silver will be given away within the next 20 minutes, and then the gold, and then the bronze will be given away within something similar of a time. So not long now, guys, not long. Okay, so let's get back into this analysis, okay? While we wait on the winner to either join the live or DM, and this will be a perfect opportunity for you guys. Again, silver and bronze left, so don't be worrying. We have 600k left to give away. Okay, so we have a 600k left to give away, and that was for the gold. So congratulations to the gold giveaway winner. So let's see. Right, so we had that new R open and nothing's really happening yet, but let's just wait and see if anything's going to happen. It should happen within the next minute, 2 minutes. There should be some form of action. So let's see if we can get some action from here. So yeah, congratulations to the giveaway winner, Jimmy. Congratulations, Jimmy, on winning 300,000 in prop firm giveaway capital. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. Again, we have 1 giveaway in the next 20 minutes, and then we have another giveaway and another 20 minutes after that. So far, looking at this price action, this could be a long 20 minutes, guys. There's not really much happening. So let's just wait and see what we can get from here. Of course, congratulations again to the winner. We have another 600k left to give away. So stay tuned for that. Again, like, subscribe, and if the winner is in the chat, please text in and say I won. That would be perfect. We have 5 minutes on here. Let's check some of these levels. So we just get these 5 minutes. Okay, nothing really from here. Again, we're just missing this level. Okay. Let's check these 15s. we had this 15. We broke, had a perfect retest. So this is why I like trading high volume support levels, because we had the nice break of this, the retest. We had a bunch of sellers stepping in, right, but nothing was happening. So look at all these sellers stepping in, nothing was happening. You can see over here we have a bunch of absorption. Again, prices moving up, sellers are trying to step in. We have a bunch of that absorption stepping in, right? So this is why I like using the order flow, just to spot these sort of levels. But other than that, there has been no other levels. There's this 15 minute just above us, this 5 minutes just below us, but I could remove them and just wait until we hit another one of these levels. But congratulations to the winner of the 300k. We have another 600k to give away. This giveaway should be announced very soon, very shortly. I think that light's kind of hurting my eyes, guys. Whoa. So again, looking at the CBD, you can see CBD's stretching up still. Some selling and balance is stepping in, which is nice, but nothing really happened from there. Okay, there's some volume coming in higher, which is nice. I have to leave. Thank you. Best of luck to all. Best of luck, bro. I will see you soon. Hopefully, we got some winners. You might be one of them, bro. You might be one of them. So if you win, make sure to text inside the Discord, and let me know if you have won. And I will be sure to send you the code to go and enter. We just retested that candle POC. Let's see what's happening around here. These super duper tight ranges. You know, you just look at here. We have been ranging for so long now. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys. I'll definitely will follow you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, definitely join the Discord and post in your analysis. I will definitely help you guys out. I'm very happy to help all you. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. But yes, you guys, we still have 2 more giveaways anyway. So we have the silver coming up, and then the last but not least is going to be the bronze giveaway. So, you know, you have 3 chances to win. So far we got Jimmy, who won the first giveaway, and then we have a silver and a bronze left. And Jimmy also won 8,000 XP. Yo, bro, does Addis actually have a 30-day free trial with everything included? So the way this works is that Addis have given me a spreadsheet, and I will, if you join the Fosterman's group, I'll be able to message Addis and get them to give you the 30-day trial. You can try everything out and see whether you like it or not. Addis is a really good platform. I personally use it quite often. When I'm not using TradingView on YouTube, I'll be using Addis. You'll see me use it a lot with inside the. Oh, excuse me. A lot is with inside that pro Discord. Look at the CBD's falling off a cliff here. So let's see what's going to happen. But yes, the main different profiles. By the way, I'm pretty sure I could just skim over this really quick. The main difference in the profiles is this one over here is going to be the delta profile, which shows like the buy and the selling, compared to something like, you know, if I turn on like the bid and ask or the buy and sell. You see it shows like buyers and sellers on each side, you know. So instead of that, you can use delta. An unclean way of looking at it is sort of like the ladder. You can see like just instantly, you can see like all these sellers, right, and you can see all these buyers over on this side. That's how you can spot the difference between them. But I just like looking at it as a whole and seeing, okay, there's a bunch of sellers stepping in. You know, you can see right over here, that's a B-shaped profile, guys. What does that show us? You know, if you've been watching this live, you should know what the B-shaped profile means. So we can see what is, I want to try it out. Let me text you in the Discord, yes. If you open up a ticket, I can text Addis and see what we could do about this. But that would be perfect as well, because Addis also lets you trade rhythmic, which you can then use your Apex account on. So you could trade your Apex account straight from Addis. So if you win the giveaway and then you trade on Addis, you'll be able to, you know, do the full shebang, which is really cool. And that'll give you futures data, which is live. So you'll be able to trade live within Addis with all the order flow tools you would need, which is really super duper cool. And Addis has a lot of features that TradingView doesn't. So like some of them being like big trades, that's what I really like using it for, is like seeing the big trades coming in. Right, look at this here, guys. Right, we had that B-shaped profile. I told you what that meant earlier. We had that B-shaped profile now. Okay. So again, this is why I like having this, because imagine now you didn't have this on. This is all you would see. Okay, this is all you would see, and you wouldn't really know how to read it, you know, with like a high efficiency. But when you turn this on, it just adds that extra bit of granular data for you. Okay, so that's what I like to see. So yeah, within the next 15 minutes, we'll be giving away another 300k. So within three minutes, we got another 300k giveaway. So make sure you guys are entered into that giveaway. If you're entered, that would be perfect for you guys, a perfect opportunity for you guys to get in and start trading. So let's see what we can get here, guys. Of course, I would love you guys to share this live stream, get it put out there. Let's see what we can get from here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. So we're getting a delta just falling off right now. Again, we're not around any key levels or key zones. I'm pretty sure we're just waiting on these unemployment claims to come out. So if I just show you guys over here. We had FOMC obviously, but you can see down here we have unemployment claims. So waiting on them to come out. In the meantime, while we're waiting, if you guys have any questions, let me know. and I can help you out with whatever it is you guys need helped out with. So I don't mind that. That's definitely cool. Let's see what we've got going on. So if you guys want me to analyze anything else or do any other key levels for anything else, let me know. Put it inside the live. We've got another 15 minutes, 14 minutes actually. 13 minutes in now. Now we only have 13 minutes left, guys. So 13 minutes left until we have the next winner of the 300k, and then after that we've got one more winner for 300k. Again, fingers crossed for all you guys. I'm really hoping one of you guys win. Cash, how to enter the giveaway. So the easiest way is to join the Discord. Okay, and once you've joined the Discord, you scroll down to giveaway, click participate, and that is how you can participate in the 300k giveaway. We have two more, so we have the silver and the bronze left. So the silver is being drawn in 12 minutes, and then the bronze is in another 15 minutes after that. So once you do that, you guys will be able to enter inside this giveaway, and you know, hopefully win the 300k. The easiest way is to join through the WAP. So you just go over here, you know, the Foster's free. You can see here prop firm giveaways. You know, we give away every single month. We do 3 giveaways between 50k and 300k in prop firms. So you just join there. It's free, and then once you join for free, you'll be able to enter the free giveaway, which is the bronze. So let's see what we can get from here. I'm rooting for you guys, and I know a lot of you guys are very eager to win this. So let's see what we can get from here. Again, waiting on some good analysis to come in. Let's see what we can do. $11 minutes, guys. 11 minutes. But so far inside New York session, we don't really have much. Again, I could just show you guys really quickly because I think it's really, really cool. Is when you look over here. Okay, we hit, these are my key levels. Every single day I post these in. You guys might have seen them inside the Discord. If not, you definitely seen it on the Instagram or the Snapchat. I was talking about this level right over here, which is a perfect key level, and look at this for a reaction, guys. Okay, we came down, hit that key level, and boom, perfect reaction from here. What kind of reaction did we get? We got a 256 tick point move to the upside, and we had a 3 tick move, or yeah, a 3 tick move to the downside versus 200 tick move to the upside. Okay, we got unemployment claims coming out in 10 minutes, and one of you guys is also going to win in 10 minutes. What are the odds? What are the odds? So again, if we have a double winner for the giveaway, we will just re-roll, and so everyone has a fair chance. But yes, so like I was saying before, we had this really nice area over here for some key levels. Okay, so how do I spot these key levels? Where am I finding these key levels? Every single day I will do a potential play video, and in those potential plays I'll find these sort of levels, and then pretty much all I'm waiting on. Okay, so you guys might you can see over here, this is actually a closed POC. Okay, so you have the closed session POC. You can turn on labels and price scale, so it'll have all these labels and stuff, but then it'll turn on the value area low, and I don't really like that. So the easiest way is I just keep them all blank, and then once I find these key levels, what I will do is put them into the potential plays. Okay, and once I have all these potential plays, I just wait on the reaction. I wait on that reaction from those potential plays. You know, we're more than likely ranging right now because of the unemployment claims, and once they come out, we'll break out of this for sure. We can see over here, right, this is the value area high and the value area low. So here's the value area high and the value area low of this London session, and we have been inside here this whole entire time. So since London is closed until now, we've been inside for 2 hours and 15 minutes inside this range, which has not been great because I've been live for 2 hours. So this whole entire live has been me pretty much talking about the ranges and stuff like that, but we also have a naked daily points of control right around here, which is a really nice level. Of course, again guys, you know, waiting until we have some form of acceptance inside here, okay, because there's another setup you guys might have heard about. It's called the value area setup, and yeah, pretty much just waiting on that. But other than that, we just have these key levels, and we're waiting until we see some action from here, and let's see what we can get. I downloaded Addis, nice one. Yeah, Addis is a really good platform. I really enjoy trading with Addis. Addis is you know, my go-to order flow platform. When I'm not doing YouTube live streams and stuff like that, you'll see me use it inside the Discord, especially Addis, since it just has a lot of data that a lot of you guys are used to. So let's try to see in the next 6 minutes. We have this giveaway. If you haven't entered already, you guys already know how to enter. You just go over to the bronze, click participate, go over to silver, click participate. We have already announced one winner for the gold giveaway. So congratulations to Jimmy, who won the gold giveaway. And we have 2 more left. So we have the bronze and we have the silver left. The bronze will be given away in 20 minutes, and the silver is going to be given away in 5. So we have 5 minutes left, guys, to get your tickets in and get entered. It's a free giveaway, so make sure you're all entered inside here. And once you win, just DM me inside the Discord, and I will be sure to send you all the details. Is this Addis? No, this is TradingView. So on TradingView, that has something very similar to Addis, except Addis has like a bunch of, you know, a lot way more catered to order flow side of things. So that's why I like using Addis. But if you want this full entire setup, it's inside the WAP page. So if you just go to our WAP and you click in, you'll be able to get this full entire template. So you don't have to enter all these details manually, but I'm pretty sure I have a YouTube video out about how to enter all these settings manually. So you can enter them manually, or you can go download the pack, and the pack will give you all this. Again, you know, when you download Addis, it can be a little bit stressful getting everything set up, so that's why I've also took this exact template and cloned it over to Addis, so you'll be able to look at like high volume nodes, the points of control, the value areas, and all that sort of stuff without having to add it all yourself. I've created the exact same layout for Addis. Addis has a couple more features as well, like big trades, which is really cool. You know, so we have big trades like cluster search. It has you know, depth of market, which is a lot better. It has MBO, depth of market, so a lot really cool tools. With MBO depth of market, you actually need level 3 data, okay, which is like one of the highest forms of data you can get. And level 3 means that you can see each and every trade in the book. So I can see if someone's entered 1 trade or 10 trades or 100 trades, you can see it all. So this is just TradingView. It's a pretty simple platform. You know, it's a lot of you guys probably already are familiar with TradingView. We filled this imbalance, by the way, and let's just see, did we hit this level that we were looking at earlier? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So we hit this level, guys. This is that level we were looking at. Okay, let me just make sure, yeah, everyone's lined up perfectly. So we hit this level to the tick again. You know, this is why I love trading order flow, and trading the way that I trade is just because I'm able to catch these really clean setups. Okay, we're inside New York as well, but we have another 2 minutes until we have another 300k giveaway winner, and then we have another 15 minutes until we have the third and final giveaway winner. So make sure you guys are all entered inside the giveaway. I will just post this in really quick. So let me just go over here. So we are rejecting off that level pretty nicely. So let's see what we can get from here. Let's see what we can get. So looks like it's not the strongest reaction just based off that, but we just hit that point of control, so let's see what we can get from here. So we got that level hitting now. We just hit that POC. Hope to get lucky today. I hope you're lucky too, Core Vision. I hope you're lucky too. So anyone that's entered, post into the chat. Let me see if you guys, how many of you guys have entered. We had some guys come and go here because they have other things to do, but that is why we tag you guys inside the giveaway. So we already have one winner, which is Jimmy. So congratulations, Jimmy. And we have 2 more giveaways. So if, let's say for example, Jimmy wins again, we will re-roll and then get another different giveaway winner. So we're looking at 2 more winners. Unemployment claims just came out. That means the giveaway is about to happen. Let's see who this next giveaway winner is. Look at that rejection from that level. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. That is a beautiful rejection. That is a beautiful rejection. That is an amazing rejection. Oh my gosh. So we got another winner from the giveaway, and it's going to be Yogi. So congratulations to the other winner of the giveaway. We have 2 winners so far. Let's get the third winner. This is perfect. They won 300,000 in prop firm capital, plus they just won another 5,000 XP. So we have one more giveaway left, guys, which is the bronze giveaway. Most of you guys have probably entered into the bronze giveaway, so we have the bronze giveaway happening very, very shortly. Oh my gosh, look at this level. Look at this level, guys. Okay, so whenever you win this giveaway, which one of you guys will, make sure you guys are entering off trades like this. Okay, where are we supporting from? I'll give you guys one guess. I'll give you guys one guess. You know, so this is where that little blip came up here. So let's see what we want to do from here. That would have been my first target for sure, but that's an amazing opportunity there. So in the next 14 minutes, we have another giveaway winner for 300,000 in Apex Capital. Guys, if you don't win, you can always use code Fostermans and get 80% off any of the giveaways, any of the Apex accounts, 80% off. And all you have to do is tag us and say I won the giveaway on your socials, and that's it. So congratulations to both of the winners. We have one winner left for the bronze giveaway. Let's see who's going to win it. I'm really rooting for all you guys. Everyone, this could be your lucky day. And if not, if you don't win today, don't worry, because we have another giveaway planned for right after this. Right after this episode, there will be another giveaway for October, which all you guys can enter again from there. So that's going to be perfect. But yes, we have 2 winners so far, and we have 1 winner left. So hopefully this Wi-Fi doesn't cut out, because could you imagine the last and final giveaway that all you guys are anticipating and the Wi-Fi cuts out because there's freaking thunderstorm behind me? Oh my gosh. Listen guys, the show must go on. No matter what, you will be tagged inside the giveaway channel inside the Discord if you were to win. If you don't win, don't worry. Like I said before, you will be able to join the next giveaway. Okay, how do you enter? I can show you guys just one last time. To enter, you just go to the giveaway channel and click bronze. If it says you cannot participate, so if this says you cannot participate in this giveaway, that means you have not signed up through WAP, which is free. Okay, so it's free. You have to sign up through there, and you will get the giveaway role. Once you have the giveaway role, that's you guys. Not only are you able to enter the giveaways, you're also able to get into all the Notion journals that we have, everything. Okay, so we have a free Notion journal, which I was showing off earlier, but like this is something that it would look like. So this is the Notion journal where you can enter all your statistics for each of your trades, which is really super duper cool. So yeah, guys, look at the reaction from this level. Okay, like when you think of these guys that top tick and bottom tick trades, you have to look at this. Okay, we have this level over here. What is this range? This range right over here is a rally, a base, and a drop. Your standard range. We pull this range and look what we get. Reactions like this. This is insane. This is beautiful. What sort of ticks did we get from here? And we had that beautiful catalyst, which was, we had only 1 tick. Okay, look at this, guys. 1 tick. That is crazy. That is crazy. We had 1 tick difference, and the catalyst was the unemployment claims. Like I said before, if you go back and watch this live, you will be able to see that we had unemployment claims coming out, and that was more than likely going to be the catalyst, because we were just ranging around this whole entire time. But wow, boy oh boy, did we get an amazing reaction from here. Where's our next line of support? It's just going to be just below here. It's going to be these potential plays. So let's see what can happen around here. But wow, these levels are just amazing. Okay, this giveaway is happening in 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes into the 300k giveaway. If you have any more questions on order flow or anything like that, just text me inside the Discord and I can help you out. That is the full thing from here. But yeah, that was the first that level right over here. Again, when you're seeing setups like this, you just have to enter them, right? You just gotta enter them. We did have some CVD exhaustion. This is not my favorite play, because it's not as reliable. You can see here CVD going down and price going up. that's CVD exhaustion, right? So whenever you have absorption around these levels, that's going to be like way stronger for me to get in and out of trades. You can see here we hit this level, okay, look what happened, guys. I can show you right here. This is what you call absorption. So you can see right here, price like this, okay, and that's going to be absorption. But you have to pair this with everything else, okay? So I'd recommend you guys to go back and watch a bunch of videos from us and see what you can get from here. But yeah, there was a perfect setup right over here. You got a bunch of trap buyers. You got the absorption. What else do you have? You have this over here. We're just tapped this POC. So there's your entry. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Look over here. Look up here. You have all these imbalances. So that was a great setup. A great setup. Of course, this is inside New York, so it's not my favorite setup to trade because it just news can easily impact those trades. But look at this, guys. You know, and what was I saying beforehand, right? Is if you look down at these levels over here, you know, we hit this level today or yesterday, sorry. We hit this level, and we got a perfect reaction from that. The same way we just hit that level there now, and we got a perfect reaction from that. Okay, it's not luck. It isn't luck, guys. You know, some of you guys are going to be lucky tonight with this giveaway, but this is, you know, when you put in the time and effort, and you're able to catch trades like this, you know. So if you won the giveaway, please open up a ticket, which is going to be really super duper cool, and we will get you guys credited with your 300k accounts. And it's life changing, right? When these sort of prop firms and stuff, they're very life changing. You make 1%, you know, a modest just 1% on a prop firm, but you know, we're talking 300k prop firm here. You're looking at $3,000 a month, $3,000 a month. You know, if you only make 1% a month, right? Which is, you know, I'm just saying, guys, if you would have taken this trade, okay, that's 8 points to the downside per contract. You're looking at $800 per contract on that trade just alone. Okay, now you take in all the other trades that we were giving out. You're looking at like this trade right over here. You know what kind of 25 points. Okay, this is $2.5 grand from this per contract. You know, so they're just within the last 17 hours. You know, only trading one contract. We're not saying trade 10, 20, 30 contracts. We're saying trade one contract. With one contract, you would have been able to, you know, take home at least three grand, which is really nice. That's life changing. But of course, it comes with time. Okay, like if you want to learn all this, we have the link in the bio. You know, for falstermans.com, you can just go over here. You know, this is falstermans.com. Once you click in here, you'll be able to choose whatever. You can also see for free, you also get that free Notion journal, which is really cool, and you also get access to the Discord community. Of course, you know, to enter all these giveaways, you're going to need to be inside the Discord community. But within 4 minutes, guys, we have this giveaway. So within the next 4 or 5 minutes, we have this giveaway happening for the last 300k. And then don't be worried, okay? If you don't win this one, there's always the next one, because we do one every single month. So the next one will be in October, around the same time. So October 15th, 20th, we will have another giveaway. For this time, this giveaway is going to be pretty big, guys. So this will be cool. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see who wins this. Hopefully it's one of you guys that really, really want to win it. So I'm rooting for you. Again, if you win, DM me. If you're from a restricted country that doesn't accept these sort of prop firms and stuff, we will then be a mitigator. So we will try to help you out so you can trade with that instead, okay? You can trade with a different firm maybe, or there's a few other little bits and bobs we can figure out. But guys, we're about to give away this last 300k account. So if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure you're liking and sharing. that was a beautiful reaction from that level. That was an amazing reaction from that level. Again, look how close we got to this level to the downside. This level down here. It was really clean. It was definitely a really clean setup. But if you want to learn how to trade order flow, you go to the website over there, which is just fostermans.com. We will help you out if you're looking for a prop firm. Code Fostermans, 80% off every single Apex account. Whether it's 300k or whether it's 50k, you will have a 80% discount if you use code Fostermans. So code Fostermans, 80% off. We had unemployment claims coming out there now, which was pretty nice. You know, we got that amazing reaction from there. So that's cool, that's cool. Right, let's see guys, let's see. So we have a bunch of selling imbalances coming in. We have a bunch of sellers stepping in. We have some high volume coming in. Let's see what's going on here. We have some high volume nodes around here. If I zoom in over here, you'll be able to see some of these high volume nodes. Visually, you can just tell straight away where all the high volume nodes are at, which is really nice. But we have another 1 minute and 30 seconds, guys, until this giveaway. So if you're watching this live, spam W's. We're also live inside the Discord, so make sure you're spamming W's. We're live on Kick, YouTube, and the Discord, so spam W's if you can see everything and everything's clear. We've got another 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute left. See a couple W's coming in. Okay guys, we have 30 seconds left until the next giveaway. 30 seconds left. And then after this, we will be announcing a new giveaway. Okay, so we have a new giveaway for next month. So we have the bronze giveaway coming up right now. Here we go. Let's see who's winning this. Let's go guys, let's go. Who's going to win this giveaway? The giveaway is happening in 10 seconds. Ooh, 10 seconds until we get a winner. Ooh, this is not fun. So we're gonna have to re-roll because we have a double winner. Okay, so we're gonna have to re-roll. Let's see, guys. So the winner is Gambler. So we have Gambler, who was the winner. We also have, okay, so we have Jimmy, who won. We have Yogu, who won, and we also have Gambler, who won. So congratulations to all the winners of the giveaway. We will end this live stream here.